Welcome back, everyone, to Fine Music. Today is episode 553 and a few more. So, of course, we always begin with our leadoff man, Fred Whitlock, to take us to new music.
I discovered this EP. It's only got 3 tracks. It runs 27 minutes. Dream City by a group calls themselves Basic. And it's run by guitarist Chris FORSYTH. And he's got Doug McCombs on bass and Mike Patrick Avery on drums and electronic drum sets and drum machines. And the title cut just kicks this thing off with high energy, and it's supercharged guitar work. He's got an 11-minute song on there called Tension Envelope, which tells you the whole deal about this group. The trio works well together. Loops, glitches, and repeating notes take you to different terrains of sound. And someone wrote that it's a minimalist fusion of electronics and experimental jazz fusion. And I really like this group. I guess they have an album out. I haven't listened to the whole album, but then it turned me on to the lead guitarist, Chris Forsyth, Forsyth. He's got numerous albums out. But the last one he put out in 2024 was Plays Live Devotion Peace and Love Devotion Peace Live. And this is the Carlos Santana, John McLaughlin album redone live. The first album was done in a spiritual setting. This takes it to a whole different level. He redoes it with electrifying jazz rock guitar. The guitars just explode and explore the sonic spirit of the whole original album. They take it to a new level. He's got another guitarist on with him playing, and he's got his drummer and bass player, and he added an organ player on this album. It's unbelievable. It starts off just quick and flurry, full of flurry notes and fiery notes. It hits the tunes dead on, and every cut has great sounds to it. It's just like I said, it's an electrifying album. The guitars are loud most of the time and plays to new heights. They take this whole album set to new heights, and it's a live album, so it's done right on the spot. Then I discovered this woman, oh, LAURIE TORRES. And I hope I pronounce this right, Aparets Coup, APRESCOUP. And it's 11 tracks which unfold in improvised keyboards, like synthesizer. She's from Montreal, and it's a blend of ambient textures and carefully layered sound. And it's done skillfully and beautiful movements. And it's got a sound that will really grab you without being loud and it's sort of got an ambient sound to it. She's a Haitian who lives in Montreal, and the tunes just, like I said, unfold and reveal themselves quietly, yet it takes you into another musical realm. It's beautiful, and the music just breathes naturally. Then there's YAZZ AHMED. She's British Bahrainian, and she plays trumpet. And her album, her fourth album, she's been recording since 2011. This is her fourth album. It's inspired by voyages of pearl divers bringing in their cargo, their precious cargo. This was her inspiration. The musicians have a fusion feel to it, it's expressive, and the music's just memorizing. Uh, Someone wrote that it makes you feel like you're taking the voyage itself over the Persian Gulf. She combines unique balance between traditional jazz, progressive jazz, and world music. It's a great album. The synthesizers, electric guitars go in it, and her trumpet just sails over everything. It's a wonderful musical journey. Then there's a group called Believers. This is run by Bob Shepkin. And this came out in March this month. It's called Hard Believers, is the title of the album. Shepkin's on guitar, and he's got a bass player and a drummer with him. It's a trio. And right from the first cut, there's a groove set. But then all of a sudden on the second cut, Broken English, which is in the Marianne Faithfull song, it's a new song written by the drummer, John Hatfield. He just takes off into a jazz rock realm, which is different from the opening cut, which is kind of a jazz groove, and then he goes into this jazz rock number. And he mixes it up with world music and jazz fusion. He's got an experimental cut called Corduroy. And the last song is 11-minute song and experimental interpretations. It's a great, if you like jazz rock, jazz guitar, you'll like this album, Hard Believers.
Um, One thing I am familiar with YAZZ Hamed.
Yeah.
I have listened to one of her albums from before. She is really, really good, and I'm glad you brought her up because the new album that you mentioned that came out, I'm gonna listen to it because I already saved it, but I am familiar with her.
Uh,
Basic is attention grabber right there. So all of these actually, but yeah, I really really like what you're pulling out here.
yeah, I guess they have a full album called This Is Basic.
Okay, I'm gonna check
But
that one
the
out.
lead guitarist has like, I think, 10 other albums out.
Okay.
Spectacular job as always, Fred. Thank you so much.